good to meet you, Martin. And tell me about you, because you've been going 3 years here with a steady stream of winners.
Yeah, we started off a couple of years back, and we had a couple of winners in the first year, which is nice. We had a winner relatively quick, actually. We only had a handful of runners, and we got our first winner at Brighton in the first season, so that was good to get a win on the board pretty quickly. Numbers have grown in the last few years. We started off here the first year with just 5 horses, and we currently have 16, so slowly getting more horses in and growing in numbers. This year we're after having 4 winners so far, and we do hope there's a few more around the yard that are capable of winning a race or two for us.
It's a really good start to 2025.
Yeah, it's good. We've got some good owners there, and they're very supportive, and we've got I would say not a high class of horse, but they're capable of winning within their own grade.
And what's your background? How did you start out in racing?
So initially I was a jump jockey in Ireland, and I rode for 3 or 4 years for a guy called Pat Fahey. Rode 15 or 16 winners for him in Ireland. Come to England as conditioner for Gordon Riches back in 1996. So been here since. I haven't left England since then. So yeah, I've been in England longer than I've been in Ireland.
And you had a stint with Godolphin?
Yeah, so I spent just shy of 10 years with Saeed. So I spent a couple of seasons out in Dubai with Saeed, and for the 6-month stints, which was great. Nice weather. Seen a lot of good horses come through whilst I was there.
And what made you take the plunge to start up on your own? Because there's easier ways to make a living.
Well, there is, yeah, certainly is. Reality kicks in when you take out your own license, but I did do all the modules back in 2006 with the plan of setting up then, whilst I was in Godolphin. And then when recession hit, a few of the guys who had horses that had promised to me, the budgets got a bit tighter, so they went from like having a dozen horses down to about 2 horses. And it wasn't really feasible to start training with 3 or 4 horses. I thought I'll give it a miss. So kind of got back to the point again where I've got a few guys, and they promised me, had I took my own license out, they'd support me again. So I thought I'll take the plunge. So here we are.
What's the best part of it? What do you really love about it?
Well, I like riding out. You know, I've always rode out, and that's a big part of it. So it's for 2 reasons. One, I like riding out, but 2, financially, it saves me paying a wage for somebody else also. But the day's racing when you have winners, great. You know, it makes the journey home a lot shorter. But they are, you know, obviously not nearly as much as as the bad days. So you've got to try and weigh it up a bit and try and take the good out of everything, really.
And has it been easier or harder than you expected when you took out your license?
I was pretty clued up as to what I was going to involve. I think probably red tape, bookwork and stuff like that has probably been a bit more of a headache than that I would like. It's not something I had to deal with in the past. So now doing vaccinations and entries and you know, declarations and, you know, all that stuff that comes along with training a horse is only part of it. There's a lot of other stuff involved with running horses. So that is probably the one eye-opener I've got since I started training.
If there's one sort of thing you dream of doing, what would that be? Would it be to maybe be, you know, a huge yard, to win a Group 1, to travel? What's the sort of one aim?
Yeah, I suppose it'd be really nice to strike upon a proper horse and a horse that might take it to a proper Group 1 race, or, you know, I think everyone's dream is to strike upon a proper decent horse, and for me that would be key, to try and hit that one good horse. But when you're dealing on basement level, it's difficult, but who knows, it might happen.